Okay, so just picked up the Jeep. Not sure if this video is going to be any help or anything, but I figured at least I would take some video of it driving as I take it back to the shop. I really want to get underneath there and look, because that just kind of baffles me that there's an accident on it, and I must have overlooked it when I bought it, because I could have swore there was no accidents, no nothing. I guess it's the fact that it's clean title is kind of more of my interest, but yeah, I don't know. I normally don't drive with my phone, but I don't have any kind of GoPro mount or anything like that, so just figured I'd show you driving around that no check engine lights or anything like that come on. The shop is about probably 15 minutes away, so I don't know how long YouTube will let me upload video wise, but if need be, I guess I can cut the video. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to be any help at all or anything, but at least you can see the thing does drive. It doesn't overheat, doesn't do anything weird. I wouldn't hesitate to drive this thing back to Spokane one bit. Like I text you, we build suspension parts, so we're real familiar with vehicles. Like I said in one of my other videos, I have an AMG. We do mostly Cadillac CTSV stuff, so we're used to kind of performance vehicles, and so yeah, we are fairly picky. So that's what kind of baffles me, I guess, on it having an accident. But like I said, the only thing that I can really tell that's ever been, done or been damaged is the front bumper. But that just, yeah, definitely, like I said, seems silly that they would have claimed just a bumper for insurance. But I guess I can kind of go through the I just started, so it's still, well, I guess it's up to temp now, but 27 psi idle. I guess it's only 160 degrees oil temp. I'm getting 14.1 average. I guess those are just the trips. Tire pressure, like I said in my ad, I just put the left front tire pressure sensor went out on it, and it was throwing a light and annoying, so I just had one of those put in. Just did O2 sensors. Yeah, there's really not, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't hesitate to drive this thing back to Spokane one bit. It's definitely, it's been a good vehicle. As my wife, she drives like 55-60 miles a day, so the fuel mileage was just killing us, and we ended up buying her a Chevy Volt for a little kind of commuter crappy little car. We love that thing because she gets way better mileage now, with that thing. And so she got to take, I took the Jeep home and washed it up for the guy that just looked at it yesterday, and so she got to drive the Jeep one more time, and she definitely was loving it. She says she misses it, but it's just, we bought it to also make parts for, and so we do plan on making a couple other parts for it, but overall I think we're just going to try to focus more on the Cadillac and Mercedes vehicles for parts. So that's part of also the reason of getting rid of it. And yeah, it's just one of those things. It just sits out at my parents' farm. It doesn't really get moved. It doesn't, I move it, start it up every once in a while, drive it around every once, drive it to the shop, but it really just sits most of the time, and so it's just, I want somebody else to enjoy it. So but yeah, I think we do still plan to build lower control arm bushings for these things, because those are also a known issue with them. So, but other than that, I think there's a bunch of guys making like all the trailing arms for the rear, and so in really they're kind of welding them and making them for pretty cheap. We just don't see really a market for us there. So I think the fact that it's solid axle rear, we do a lot of independent rear suspension components for like the Cadillacs and the Mercedes, and there's just really nothing. Solid axle's pretty straightforward, and there's bushings obviously in the trailing arms, but like I said, there's other companies making them, and rather than trying to compete with them, we're just going to try to focus more on the Cadillac and Mercedes stuff. So but yeah, my whole thing with doing all these videos and stuff is I used to work construction before I went back to family business, and so we did some jobs up there in Spokane, and I know how far it is. It's not a fun drive, pretty boring drive, and so just trying to be as transparent as possible and just show you the vehicle, and you know that it doesn't throw any check engine lights. It rides smooth. There's no see if I can get on a flat. It doesn't like pull to one side or anything weird. It's, I guess the camera's pretty close, but hands are off. I mean, it doesn't do anything. It drives really nice. Actually, for I think these things are about 5,000 pounds, 5,100 pounds. This thing actually handles really well for how heavy it is. It definitely is surprising on how well it handles. They are rough. I don't know if you've ever driven one or rode in one or anything, but they kind of I mean, I drive a diesel truck every day, and they kind of drive like a truck. Here's a little straightaway. I'll get on it a little bit for you. Show you that. I mean, it's got some pickup and go. It's no problems, no, you know, like I said, my wife it was her daily driver for about a little over a year, and then we got her the Volt, and we haven't been driving it, but she's a teacher. She drives it slow. She also comes from a car family, so she actually it doesn't have a bunch of door dings and stuff in it, because she knows she parks way out where nobody is. Half the time I actually have to tell her to just park the car, let's go inside, let's get the groceries or whatever and get out of there, you know. So it doesn't, you know, she's definitely not the type to park it right up front and find the closest spot possible. So oh wow, looks like we're only about 8 minutes in, and we're getting close to the shop. I don't know if I'm supposed to focus on the road or focus on the gauge cluster or whatever, but yeah, I mean, there's nothing, no problems. Everything works in here. Heated seats work, AC works, heater works. It changes, you know, from defrost to the floor and everything. Stereo works. Like I said, the backup, I think the previous owner said it needs another cable or something in the back of that head unit to get the reverse camera going. And once we get to the shop, I'll kind of show you. It just goes to a black screen of where it would normally show you, you know, the backup, backing up or whatever, but the camera's there and everything. The one option it has is when you back up, the mirrors rotate down, and I guess I found that was pretty common. Everyone says to go to the dealership and have it basically taken back out, but sometimes you put it back in drive, they're supposed to come back up, and sometimes they do and sometimes they don't, and I guess that's a common problem, but it's really annoying to have to go in there and adjust the mirrors back up. But as far as I've read on the forums, guys are saying that that's something that the dealership can tune back out of it or whatever for you. Trying to think of, I mean, like I said, it really is a nice vehicle. Haven't had any problems with it, and like I said, everything works that I know of. I mean, haven't really haven't had any issues with this thing at all, really. I had one problem the whole time I've owned it, and it was my fault basically. I changed the plugs on it, and pulling all the coil packs out, I didn't put one of the plugs all the way tight on the coil pack, and so it was running. I was driving down the road, and all of a sudden it kind of sputtered, and what the hell's going on? And then it basically kind of was just, I shut it off, and what the hell's going on? And so playing around with it, it fired back up once I figured out that it was one of the coil pack wires. But other than that, I've never had any problems with this vehicle. It's been awesome. Just the only problem is the fuel mileage. But here, okay, so we're here at the shop, and I'll back up for you, and so you can see the camera, or the backup camera just goes to a black screen, and so yeah, sorry, I'm trying to back up and pay attention to where I'm at on the lift. I'm getting ready to put it on the lift, but you can see okay, so the camera or the side mirrors are down, and then I'll put it back in drive. I'm sure now that I show you on video it does it, but sometimes it doesn't come back up, so that's one of the things that's kind of annoying. Yeah, other than that, let me get it up on the lift, and I'll go around the bottom. I gotta get this card out of the way, but I'll go around the bottom and show you that the thing is structurally sound. I mean, yeah, I'm curious as to what they call an accident or whatever. So okay, I'll take another video.